Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. As you can see, it's in its baby stages. Just wanted to come on here and bring a quick word that the Lord had been putting on my heart, and I, just like a few of my other sisters, I've heard them say, was a little hesitant about bringing it, just because there's so much already out now about kingdom marriage. But we have to be obedient, right? So, what I have on the screen is 1 Samuel chapter 16. I'm going to read the verses to you, and then I'll tell you what the Lord downloaded to me. So again, 1 Samuel 16, and I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, Jesse had 7 of his sons passed before Samuel, but Samuel said to him, "The Lord has not chosen these." So he asked Jesse, "Are these all the sons you have?" "There is still the youngest," Jesse answered, "but he is tending the sheep." Samuel said, "Send for him. We will not sit down until he arrives." So he sent and had him brought in. He was ruddy with a fine appearance and handsome features. Then the Lord said, "Rise and anoint him. He is the one." So Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers. And from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord came upon David in power. Samuel then went to, I think that's Ramah. Okay, so right here, just a little context. You can go back and read it for yourself, but just a little context. This is Samuel the prophet. He was sent to anoint the next king. Saul is the current king, but because of his disobedience, the Lord, said that he was going to anoint another king. And so as you see in the verse, it talks about how Jesse had other sons. And if you read up ahead, it talks about how basically, they kind of looked the part. They looked the part of what a king should look like based on, worldly standards. But that isn't the one that the Lord chose. He chose David. So, as you know, David does go on to become a great king. But the point here, is kingdom marriage. The other day, I was watching a movie called Night and Day, and I'm going to probably put that in the title of this. And I kind of sat on it for a while. Like I said, it's been on my heart, but I just kind of was just avoiding it. But anyway, in that movie, if you've already seen it, it's an older movie. It has Cameron Diaz in it and Tom Cruise. Well, in that movie, Tom Cruise is a spy, and they try to make it seem like he went rogue. And if you're just looking at his actions on the outside, it does look like he's a rogue spy, and Cameron Diaz throughout the movie kind of wrestles with whether or not to believe, is his true character, is he truly the person that the FBI and all the other agents are trying to make him out to be, or is he really the person that he's, showing me when I'm with him? And so as the movie goes on, she ends up running into his parents, and they tell her, a few things about him. And it's like at that moment, it's like a light bulb goes off, and she realizes that this really is his true character, that he's actually a good person, despite the things that the other agents have been saying about him, despite, and they made a good story, a good case, to where if you're looking at it, you would think that he really was, maybe someone that went rogue, and that had ill intentions. They even had like footage of this one part where they were like, see, from the beginning he was playing you, but that wasn't the truth. That wasn't the case. And so for kingdom marriages, what the Lord was showing me is for those that are in this season where, the Lord maybe has already highlighted to you who your kingdom spouse is. Just be sure to pay attention to the heart. Don't pay attention to the appearance, and not just necessarily the physical appearance, but maybe even the way things seem on the surface. It's so easy to assume based on just the facts that you have, but we have to believe and trust that God has the full picture. And so he knows what's really going on, and he's putting those pieces of the puzzle together. And so we just need to trust him. Now, as you've heard in maybe other prophetic words, every word is not for everybody. So just make sure that you take this back to God, pray about it. And even if you believe that God has highlighted to you the person that he plans to join you with in marriage, just make sure that you're still seeking God's face. I would even recommend fasting just to stay, yielded and sensitive to his spirit, to receive whoever he is saying that he is sending to you. Also with kingdom marriages, like everybody's journey does look different. So one word may apply to one person and another word might apply to a different person. Every word might not apply to your situation. But like I said, so just pray about it. But also watch that movie if you haven't watched it. That's one of the ways that the Lord speaks to me, is through movies. I already have a new assignment of another movie to watch, and I'm sure I'll probably be recording another video on what he has revealed to me and through that. But just for kingdom marriages, like I said, pay attention to the heart of the person that you believe God is highlighting to you, and not necessarily what you're seeing on the surface. And we also have to keep in mind that, like I said, God does stand outside of time, and so he knows what's coming in the future. He knows what he's doing. He's very intentional, and we just have to trust him with that. And that means walking by faith and not by sight, no matter what the circumstances look like. So yeah, go check that movie out. Pay attention to the heart and the character of the person, and not so much as what you're seeing on the surface or the physical appearance. All right, y'all be blessed. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.